Okay guys, so today I'm gonna show you how to do some weathering on a winter camo. This particular model is Tiger initial production. So this saw combat, I believe, in Leningrad with the 502 Heavy Panzer Division. So basically what I've done was I primed it using a red color, and then for the main coat gray, I used this dark gray from Tamiya, actually quite nice. And I have done some modulations using other types of gray, like for example this gray is a little bit more light than the normal base coat. Then after everything was dried, I used airspray technique. So basically what you do is you leave the model to dry, then apply a couple of thin layers of airspray, nothing too close or too far away, just about like 20 centimeters from the model. And then after everything is dried, probably I'll say around 3 hours, you can start applying the white. This white is Tamiya also, Tamiya white. And as you apply the camo, I do it by sections. So first I done the whole, this side, then I use like a brush, dipped it in water and just try to put it like on the top with this, just like doing something like this movement, and it will start peeling off because air spray, after in contact with water, it will dissolve. And of course, because the paint was on top of the air spray, it will come up. So that's why you have these effects like chipping effects, or like it wasn't put properly or something like that. So it's very easy technique, and it looks really nice after you've done it. So I'm gonna show you how I do my streaking grime. So I use this AK streaking grime. There is one for winter, but because I had this already, the other one is a bit greenish, but this will do just fine. I use white spirit, of course, because you need white spirit. And I also use these MIG tones, like earth tones. You have dark mud, you have a couple. So basically these are oil, and they will go really nice. It will give you, like, for example, when I do the pin wash, I use these ones. This actually is it's a darker one, dark brown. I use this one for in this particular model because of the colors. I'm gonna use this one, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's quite easy to do because as you can see, this has only one layer of white. Then you have the gray, then white, gray, and stuff. Of course, because it was snow, he has to show some kind of like I won't say like snow by itself, but at least some streakings of snow. So what I use, just to blend in the white and the gray, I use this Tamiya Weathering Master. I think it's quite good. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. It's quite easy. You just use the tip of the brush and slowly do it like this. Again, I don't do it in all the all module. I just do it a little bit and then start pulling down, like if it was grime. It will look a bit weird in the beginning, but you can always use the brush just to blend in a little bit more. Don't worry about these particles of snow here. They are actually nice because they're gonna look like actually snow, like bits of snow. Even being the model being quite big, it will still give a nice widening effect. Again, on top of the white one, because the white it's a bit different. The color is a bit different from the paint, so it will look really nice. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish this part, the side, and then I'll get back to show you how I do the pin wash and the streaking grind. Okay, so this is finished now. It was really fast to make. Now what I'm gonna do is I want to do some chipping, even if it's not correctly. What I'm gonna use is a little bit of dark brown. Usually I use this one from Vallejo. It's dark brown. So basically what I do is just dip it a little bit and then using, some people like to use the sponge method. I used a little bit, but I wasn't really keen of the results. Maybe, for example, just a little bit. But because I don't have so much control of as if I use the brush, usually I go for the brush. As you can see here, it's quite big already. But I'll try to make it better. Usually you would get like stones hitting, or because it doesn't have the mud guards here, so usually you would get like stones hitting over here in the edges. Always, sometimes it can create some type of chipping also because of the elements like the snow and stuff like that. It's something that is normal. I won't go too heavy with this because the only reason why I don't go too heavy, this one was just a little bit, but I'm gonna make it better. We have to think that these tanks were well maintained. They weren't like just, you know, like the Russian tanks or something. They will build it and not even prime it probably. In the beginning, I don't think they would prime it. And just send it to the front and that's it, it's done. They would, after a battle, there would be, the German tanks would be like, they would have like a maintenance crew that would perform any type of maintenance, not only in the engines and everything that made the tank work, but also outside of the tank. If, for example, you would have like, let's say that you would fire a shell and it would create some kind of dent or something like that, they would probably fill it up and paint it because they wanted the tank to be in conditions. And many people tend to put a little bit of rust, like a bit more than they should. And to be honest, I don't think that's the correct way, but you know, it's your model, you do whatever you feel it is good for you. So what I done here is I applied with the brush, I applied a bit of white spirit. I'm just taking the excess and I'm doing some pin wash. Just to, for example, this would be the welds here. So they would be welded this front plate with this one. They would weld it, but because I didn't have time to do the welds, I'm just gonna pin wash a little bit. Actually, this panel is like flat. There's not much you can do about it. And now using the AK grime, I'm going to use another brush, and I'm just gonna do it like this. Like some people do the strike. I don't do it. I just put like, do it like this. And this part probably would have a lot of stuff on it, just like this and stuff. And now using one of these, dip it on white spirit, remove the excess, and then just slowly push it down. Let's say this would be the initial grime. After, of course, for example, in this part that I've done here, as you can see, it's a bit too much. So what I'm gonna try to do, maybe it will work, is first of all, I'm gonna use a little bit of gray, lighter color, and I'm gonna try to give it some dip on this thing. So it just looks like the gray colors came up, because as you know, probably know, there is different colors of gray, the chipping. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna use again a little bit of streaking grime, and I'm just gonna then again with the flat brush I'll try to get the best results I can. Okay, so I think it's okay, doesn't look too bad. Just need to add a couple more here. This been washed and wet quite like I expected to go, but doesn't matter. I'm gonna try to make it a little bit big, the streaking. Gonna add some more. This one is okay, maybe here. Okay, one big one here, and another. This one is gone. Try again. There you go. Okay, and that's it. So as you can see, it's quite easy. I do apologize about the light because I have a mobile light, but you can see it looks quite nice. It's not too much, and like I said, these tanks were well maintained, so don't expect it to be like horrible, because they wouldn't be horrible unless they were under a lake for 80 years or something. They would be like really rusty and stuff like that. After, I'm gonna apply the mud, and we gotta give it a bit more brownish and stuff like that around it. Okay, so see you next time then.